Welcome to the Anil Show.
So let's talk Melissa, friends. Y'all want to say that, Melissa is like one of those serial girls, basically. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about Lucky Charms, and I'm not talking about Fruit Loops. Even though it does seem like she might be kind of loony. But let's talk Melissa. So y'all want to think that I've kind of forgotten or may have overlooked what y'all have been saying about Melissa. One of the things people are saying about Melissa is that y'all are saying the Melissa character is she's nuts. Y'all are saying, hey O'Neal, she's liable to do just about anything. You gotta watch her. Melissa looks like the type of girl with a fatal attraction kind of feel. In other words, I think that you think the Melissa character is close to that character in the, what's the name of that story? Obsession. The movie with Beyonce and Idris Elba and the white girl, right? I think y'all are believing that Melissa is like that. And you know what? You wouldn't be wrong in thinking that. You wouldn't be wrong, because a lot of times it does work out like that, and it doesn't mean that it has to be color. Let me go that, for wanting of a better term, does not have anything to do with it. If you're fatally attracted to someone, then yes, you could go very ballistic and very nuts. Do I think you guys are wrong? No, I don't think y'all are wrong. I don't think y'all are wrong for thinking that. Don't think y'all are off for thinking that at all. I think that that's a fair assessment into everything in itself. Looney Tune. Some of y'all basically have said that, Dave has some way, somehow touched up the pum pum, and that's why she's this now nuts. Well, let me ask you ladies that. Let me ask the ladies that in the comments. Have you ever gotten crazy because a man has touched the pum pum and he has left? Let me ask y'all that. That is also a fair assessment with things. That's very, very fair. And yes, friends, I've got your hands free, and you know what I mean? I'm on the road again. Traveling again. I'm always traveling. It's what I do. But I'm starting to enjoy our little talks while we talk, you know what I mean? So, yes, could you guys be right? You could be right. You could be right that Melissa has a fatal attraction going on for Dave. Now, does Dave see the attraction is the question. That's also something else. As of right now, I still believe what they're playing is Melissa has always been attracted to this guy, but he's told Melissa that he's more about business than anything else. In other words, he doesn't mix business with pleasure. But what he's seeing is the same thing Dave says he wouldn't do, he's doing, meaning that he's mixing business with pleasure. Now, why I think Dave may have said that, maybe, he's not the type of guy for wanting mayonnaise on his elbow. That's what I think it is. Dave may just be the guy that is saying, you know what, I don't think I want a white woman, or I don't want any other race outside of my race. And nothing's wrong with that. People can decide to date in their own race. It doesn't mean you're anything at all. You might just prefer that. You might prefer black. There's nothing wrong with that. A white person might prefer white. It is what it is. It doesn't stop anything. That's all I'm saying. So maybe that's what we're seeing in this as of right now. That Dave is saying, you're a great employee, but I just wouldn't go there with you. That's what Dave is saying. However, he's saying an Amber I would go there with, because an Amber is who I'm more attracted to. That is what I believe that they're playing with us right now. But I'm not going to negate what y'all are saying, because y'all are thinking that this is a fatal attraction kind of vibe, and they are looking to see exactly if eventually Melissa will start acting just like Dominica. See? Letting y'all know it's not just white women, because Dominic behaves just as crazy. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is that they're playing. But I know some of y'all asked that, and some of y'all were you're very keen on that and wanted me to know that in the comments, and I wanted you to know that I'm watching that, and I did hear you when you mentioned that inside the comments. It's shaping up to be a very interesting story, though. I'll tell you that much. Especially with the divorce and everything that's inside of it. And what I will say is this. Based on where they're going and based on how mad Melissa was today, because when I realized how Melissa was, And by the way, a lot of Melissas have been known to be very, very mad, you know, because we had a girl named Mad Girl Melissa. We had a Melissa in Jamaica, and no one wanted to touch a pum pum because no one them touch it, she gets nuts and crazy. That's why we don't know. And that's why I leave reservations for saying if Dave has touched the pum pum as well too. Because sometimes when they touch a pum pum, the ladies them get over the top. Maybe it was a one night and, you know, Dave get a one fling. You know, he got a one fling off of Melissa and him say, you know what, Melissa, this is just a one night stand between the two of us. It could be that as well. I don't think you guys are far off. Like I said, I'm thinking they're playing the one where he hasn't touched her, but she really likes him based on the lines so far. Based on the lines, because she mentioned today about, you know, Dave valuing her. Based on the lines, it could be that. But again, I leave nothing unturned and untouched because I know the writers, they watch us and they will sit down and think what will drive the audience, as crazy as them can drive the audience. And they will go for that because them saying, you know what, I want to get the audience. I want to give that big shock. And they do shock the audience. Trust me, they definitely do at different points in times. Because me and Amber fans go at it. But that's what I think we could be seeing. Fatal attraction. Mad girl Melissa, you touch a pum pum and, you know, once you touch a pum pum, she start getting, you know, crazy. She start go overboard. She show up at your house, you know what I mean? Looking through the window, peeping through the window. Peeping through the window. You might be in there, you know, going up and down, you know, going up and down. You know, she's seeing the two moon. I'm gonna behave myself, it is midday, it's lunchtime. But it's going to be crazy. Another thing I thought about with the Melissa character, based on what they're writing, is if they go the route that y'all are thinking of, then Anthony may just have to be the savior for Amber. If they go the route that y'all are thinking of, Anthony may have to become Amber's savior. He may have to save her. He may have to be the one to say, you know what, Amber, let me ride a little bit harder for you, because let me protect you then. Maybe him end up being the protector that he has to be, because Dave would probably not be able to protect Amber from a Melissa. Wild times. Wild times. Like I said before, this is definitely shaping up to be a very, very nice story. I'm very intrigued. The writers have pulled me in because of the Melissa character. And I told y'all from the first time I saw her and the first time I saw the look, and I asked you, what was the look about? Y'all brush it off and say, O'Neal, I'm thinking way over the moon. And guess what? When you come see me now and realize that, you know, I'm right. What I want y'all to say in the comments is, O'Neal, you were right about Melissa. That's what I want you to tell me. But you don't know how to tell me that. You know, Amber fans are going so, try beat up O'Neal again, you know. That's what's going to happen. Amber fans going to try to beat up O'Neal again. But give me a take on that one, because that's where I feel like them going right now with this entire story. I'll talk to y'all soon. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm on the road. On the road. We're moving. Exodus.